80s.
That's a great way to start this episode.
I love the 80s. Nipple tweak.
Hey everyone, welcome to Witchfinger Horror Podcast. And my name is Yasmina, and to my left is Morgan.
Hello.
And to my right is Megan.
Hello.
And tonight we are watching Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
And the second and better one.
And
Should we have started
none
with
of
the
us have
first
seen
one?
it.
No, so this is amazing.
Yeah, well, none of us have seen the second one.
Yeah.
I've seen the first one, and the first one is like your run-of-the-mill slasher flick, but I feel like this one is more appropriate for our podcast because it just looks so fucking silly.
And the rock and roll element, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a guitar murdering element in this movie. A drill. Drill tar.
Drill tar. Yeah.
Are we going to talk about Driller Killer at all?
Oh, well.
Maybe we are.
I used to have Driller Killer on DVD, but I haven't watched it in a very, very long time.
Yeah, same.
Do you remember it? Like,
Not
I don't
really.
remember it.
Not really.
Maybe I'll have to give it another watch, but
Oh, she's fake sleeping like a motherfucker.
P.S. Her hair is so like, oh, she's having a dream about Top
man
Gun.
running.
About Top Gun, the fucking volleyball scene. Oh, it's
He's throwing a
football.
football.
Look at this fucking guy.
That's her wet dream as a fucking shirtless jabroni fucking throwing a football.
Oh my god, her hair is so perfectly fucking feathered too. It makes me want to stab.
Yeah,
a
she
baby.
kind of looks like Laura Palmer, actually.
I was
from-
honestly thinking the same
Yeah,
thing.
she
Did you
kinda-
see those fucking shoes? Oh.
What's happening? So now she's actually dreaming.
going to
I think
nightmare.
it's like foreshadowing, so she can see what's going to happen.
Oh, I don't know. Whoever owned those fucking pointy ass boots, owns my heart. Those are sexy.
So at the very beginning of the movie, we see, I'm assuming that's going to be Courtney. Courtney is the main character of this movie.
Yep.
And she's the little sister from part 1, who is now a teenager in part 2. But yeah, so this is first time that we have recorded in a while. We've been absent for a little bit, and
Yeah, it's been a few months,
Yeah, it's been
actually.
about like
We've
3 months.
really
We
long
took a
time.
little break, and we really appreciate all the people that have been like commenting and messaging us and asking when the next episode is going to be up, because that makes us feel amazing that there are people out there that are listening. And so we really want to just say thank you to all of our listeners. Like, it means a lot. Like, when we first started this thing, it was just totally something that, as like a hobby, we're like, we usually just sit around and do this anyways. We might as well record us. We don't know who's going to listen. We don't know if anybody's going to listen, but the fact that people do is incredible. You know, like, we love the horror community. We love to communicate and like make friends with other people who have share the same interests as us, and it's a great means to, you know, like, create these new relationships with like people, and Instagram is a great tool to, you know, like, start these relationships with people. And like, we're very fond of everyone that we have like met and talked to. And so I started school in January, so one of the main reasons why we took a big hiatus is because I've been so fucking busy with school. Like, when you're a student, it's like everything else just like disappears.
I feel like this is pretty
It
appropriate
sucks.
though, because did you guys get that notification? You know, on like your Facebook shit, when it's like a year ago today.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that the other
Yeah.
day where
No,
we
I don't
just
really go on
posted?
Facebook.
Okay, so our Facebook page, you know, that picture that we took at Morgan's house?
Yep.
That just came up like on Tuesday the 21st, it came up being like 1 year ago today, you guys posted this photo, the photo of us three. So we launched our Facebook page on the 21st of March.
And
Must have
actually,
Which is kind of awesome. So this is like
This is like our 1 year anniversary.
yeah,
Just
well, we're
to
gonna have like a
interesting.
special 1 year anniversary episode. So that should be coming up soon, anyways. But yeah, sorry, it's my fault. I've been
shut up.
like so fucking busy with school, and but I still obviously like horror is my passion, and this is like this is how I like to have fun, is just like to hang out with you guys and drink and watch horror movies and stuff. So we're going to try to keep our like episodes as consistent as possible, like while I'm a student. So just like bear with us. And yeah, so now we're back, and We're currently
Drinking heavily.
Drinking very heavily.
Morgan's
drinking,
had 4 beers. Be
I
careful.
know, and she's crazy. It's like 4 beers.
She's 4
and same
beers
with me
deep.
though. Like
I
honestly,
shouldn't
like
drink this much for some of our other episodes, you know? Like,
there's
holy
always
shit.
more that we
And
can
in the
drink
winter,
more
we were
for.
drinking wine, and you sip it slow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
tired.
beer is like you chug it. Like I'm drinking Heineken. You're drinking Heineken
I'm
too,
drinking
Morgan,
Heineken as
and you're
well.
drinking Steam Whistle, Megan. Well, I'm drinking green beer.
Green beer.
Green beer.
Seasons
Green beer.
are
Green beer.
changing, and we are also changing as well into werewolves. So what the fuck?
Well, we're. It's funny because since I started school, I don't drink as much as I used to. So yeah, like 3 beers and I'm wasted already. But these are tall cans. Like tall cans are a lot of beer.
It's a big beer.
It's a big beer. It's a
I
big
drink
boy
this-
beer.
I'm a big boy drinking a big boy
Like,
beer.
all the time.
Yeah.
Well, not all the time. Like every couple weekends.
I just
It's
don't
just
like.
more fun when I'm with people.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know?
I
yeah.
just get tired if I try and have a few drinks alone. I just fucking
Yeah.
get sleepy.
Yeah.
My cats, they just judge me too much. I'd much rather do it with humans.
I know that judgment look on cats' faces, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they're definitely judging
Always
you.
judging.
Yeah.
Always judging.
For sure. Well, Slumber Party Massacre Part 2 is directed, written, and produced by Deborah Brock, and it was executive produced by Roger Corman. I don't know about you guys if you've ever Googled Roger Corman's credits. It's insane how
Why?
many fucking credits this man has.
Oh yeah, no,
It's crazy, man.
Absurd.
Okay, so he's written and directed and starred in a few, but when it
has-
comes to being the executive producer, he has over fucking 400 titles.
400 producing credits.
That's
his name.
fucking insane.
He's the original Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, so he
The
sticks to a
Terror
genre.
with Boris Karloff.
He's very trauma.
Okay,
Like
so he
Jack
sticks to a genre.
Nicholson,
Yeah, nice.
best known as the director for adapting the Edgar Allan Poe poems of the 60s for all of those fucking Vincent Price movies, like Tales of Terror,
Yeah,
The
he's been
Raven,
around
Mask
for
of
a
the Red
while.
Cool,
Death,
man.
House of Usher, Wasp Woman, also Bucket of Blood,
Yeah.
super 60s.
I love
fucking
Wasp Woman.
Yeah.
Awesome
Fuck,
shit.
that's a good movie.
And
Yeah,
also,
tons of stuff.
I haven't seen it yet, but there's a new Death Race movie that just came out, and it's called Death Race 2050, and it looks incredible.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It actually looks amazing. By the way, so right now, the girl band is playing in
I
the
was
garage.
about to say that. Awesome. There's a girl band in the garage, and this is making my heart just explode with happiness.
Yeah.
This
I
is like
love-
that
so
chick who
happy.
sang about the mall. Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
that was from fucking that show you made me watch, How I Met Your Mother. That's not a real song.
P.S. The drummer's playing Yamaha drums. It's making me so happy.
Oh, Robin Sparkles! Oh, then let's go to the mall today. That's awesome. But I like how this guy just pulled up in his Trans Am and is clapping in the driveway.
P.S. It makes me really happy. Even the drummer was a girl.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
She's
I actually
rocking those Yamaha fucking toms.
And
P.S.
that
though, that
girl-
90-degree angle of those toms. Girl, what the fuck?
and that girl, the drummer,
She looked very familiar.
Yes, her name is Heidi Kozak. Her name is Sally in the movie, and she's also in Friday the 13th, Part 7. Because if you remember in Part 7, which is my favorite of the Friday the 13th series, well, I can't choose between Part 7 and Part 4, but in Part 7, they're throwing the surprise birthday party, and it was the guy's girlfriend. That's who that is. Because, they don't make it to the surprise party because
Right.
Jason kills them.
Yeah.
So and there's actually correlations from this movie that link to Friday the 13th movies, because there's also another girl in this movie who plays Sheila, and her name is Juliette Cummings, and she's in Friday the 13th Part 5. And she's not a very notable character in the movie, but she's kind of the preppy girl, but Part 5 is the one where it's the fake Jason.
Yeah.
And they're on I don't know, a rehab area in the camp or something like that, and she's the one that has the sweater vest tied around her chest. But yeah, so there's 2 characters in this movie that are also in Friday the 13th movies. But yeah, so this movie was released in 1987. It holds a 4.4 on IMDb and a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not great.
I'm impressed so far. I love that it's like obviously has already a rock element incorporated,
girl
like
bands.
a girl
they're
band.
drinking Perrier. Hey girl, that girl's drinking the fucking like grapefruit Perrier. That's the good shit.
Yeah, what's the drummer? Slice?
Slice.
You ever
Was it
had
like
Slice?
Sprite? 7-Up?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
maybe.
like,
yeah.
Ew.
And
Is she drinking milk out of your fucking like
Oh
what Morgan
my God,
drinks her
like a
wine out of?
chalice.
and Deborah Brock, she also wrote, I was doing some research, and Deborah Brock hasn't really done a lot, but she also wrote and directed a movie called Rock and Roll High School Forever with Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
I need to watch that movie.
What year?
I think it was in the 80s, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so not like
That's
new
terrible.
Corey Feldman.
No.
Also,
definitely.
she did some Power Rangers series directing as well. She was a director.
That would be difficult work.
Well, I don't know. Like, do you remember the series?
Of course
Garbage.
I do.
I
Absolute
didn't really
garbage.
watch it.
Really?
No.
No,
I
garbage.
was like a little bit too old. Like when it was on
Oh,
TV,
yeah,
yeah,
like
like,
I was like,
I
yeah.
was told my Mercedes watched the Power Rangers.
I was obsessed.
Series, but I did. Yeah, like, well, you guys.
Well, the
are
new
similar
movie.
age,
I
yeah.
think the new
I can't
movie
wait.
just
today.
came out.
Today.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I
wanna
saw
see
the
it so
trailer
bad.
and I was like, yeah, it looks like an action movie. And like I like how they like incorporated the theme song at the very end of the trailer.
Yeah,
that was
I
like, da, 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 da.
Yeah,
I probably won't watch it though.
Not in the
I
theater.
probably
I'll watch it, but not in the
Yeah.
theater.
But no, that Rock and Roll High School Forever movie was 1991, and it looks amazing.
Oh my god!
It looks amazing. Like Corey Feldman.
Is that a Dean guitar?
I'm
That's
like-
a Dean fucking guitar.
Yeah, like the cover of the movie is Corey Feldman like holding a Dean guitar, and it actually has a lot of actors that were in other horror movies of the 80s in it.
Is that a
Interesting.
catchphrase under that guitar there?
It says the high school comedy about the 3 R's: rock, rock, and rock.
Oh, boo! Oh,
That's one
man.
of the worst taglines of any movie.
Yeah, but it has like a bunch of people in it that were in other horror movies. Like 2 actors from Night of the Creeps
Sweet.
are in it, and I
Fuck.
fucking love that movie.
That's a great movie.
I just rewatched it again the other day, and it still holds up.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
I love the little guys in the spaceship at the beginning that are holding the
Yeah.
canisters. Like they're so fucking cute, and it makes me so sad that you only see them at the beginning of the movie. They're so cute. They're like, they're awesome. But yeah, well, the only other thing that I recognized on Deborah Brock's IMDb was that she co-produced one of my favorite movies, actually, is Buffalo 66. And it was directed and written and starring Vincent Gallo. It's with Vincent Gallo and Christina Ricci. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've heard a lot about it. It's like
I
one
love
of those, like,
it.
super
I
indie
love
movies.
it.
Vincent Gallo's one of those guys that's like super creepy, and like lots of people think he's
Love
like kind
him.
of like,
Why
I
can't I
love
picture him? I
him.
can't picture him. I, have to
I
look
love
up.
him.
He's
I
so
love Christina
creepy.
Ricci, so...
Well, it's like a
Yeah.
movie
I
where
think
he
she's
basically like kidnaps Christina Ricci and makes her pretend to be his wife. It's
Okay.
it's interesting. I'm a big fan of it.
She also was a producer
Oops.
of Honey, I Blew Up the Kids.
I think I saw that in theaters.
Honey, I Blew Up the
Yeah.
Kids was good.
I don't
But
really
a producer
remember
is like, what?
Yeah.
What are you really doing?
nothing.
Nothing. You're not
Oh
doing
yeah.
shit.
Oh my god, those boots. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't.
Those cowboy boots with
Oh.
like the steel like heel and
Oh my
toe.
god. I
So
don't even
she's-
care who's wearing
I
them.
feel
So she's dreaming again, right?
Yeah, so she's having like these like weird
Premonition.
nightmares, like premonitional kind of nightmares where there's like boots and like lopped off hands. And
Are we sure
blood
she's
and
having...
stabbing.
Didn't you say she was the youngest sister in the first one?
Yes.
Is she not remembering?
No,
These
because,
aren't memories.
Like, no, this guy was definitely not in the first
Right.
one. Like, it was just a killer. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure in the
she's
first
having
one.
like weird premonitions of like sexy fucking boots. Sorry.
Actually, those boots kind of remind me of Bill Paxton boots from.
Oh my god, I
Near
know.
Dark.
That's why I fucking love
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Well, originally the working title for this movie was "Don't Let Go." And then
Brutal.
they changed it to Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
Yeah, because I heard it's only like really, really loosely based off the first one.
Right, so they may have just like changed like a few
They probably changed
names
it
and stuff.
at the last minute. Just
how do we get more
movies,
viewers or whatever?
Yeah, like because a lot of movies like back then, like they just like stole the title of
like Troll.
like Troll 2.
Yeah.
Like, just to get the viewers and stuff. So
Yeah.
she's dreaming, and this, like, we haven't seen the killer yet, but we see his boots and his leather pants and his fringe and his mouth.
We're kind of mesmerized right now.
Well, one of the, there's a couple taglines that I want to say. One is, the party begins when the lights go out.
I don't see anything about a party so far.
Well, they are going to have a slumber party, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's a babe.
Yeah, he's hot,
Yeah,
right?
he's a total babe. For sure.
He's like a rockabilly babe.
Yeah.
The other slogan is, tagline is thrills, chills, and guitar drills.
That's a good one.
I'm kind of curious.
I mean,
you know
he's
what?
got one, right?
When I was doing my research on this movie, I actually tried to find the make of the guitar, and I couldn't find it.
Interesting.
Like, I want to know, like, okay, so obviously they made it for the movie.
Right.
But there's, like, I just couldn't find any information about the actual guitar.
Like, if there was a particular company that made, like, what company made that fucking drill guitar?
Or is it just like a couple people
Like a
in
weird
like in the props department who
Maybe.
just like
Because it does look ridiculous.
It looks fucking ridiculous.
It's like more ridiculous than
Yeah.
a BC Rich.
Like, no, I know, my God. fuck.
I hate those guitars.
The new metal guitar. But,
The
like,
Kerry King guitars.
it's a prop, so it wouldn't probably play.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like it's not probably a guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, the guy who plays the driller killer in this, interesting name, it's
Yeah.
Atanis Ilitch.
He's got a
Yeah.
weird name.
That's what I was saying. Like, I'm gonna butcher so many names.
I want to know more about him though, because like he only has 3 acting credits.
Yeah,
so what
he's
else
in-
is he doing in his life? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's interesting. He's like,
Who are
is
you?
in
Who are you?
Ragin' Cajun and Slumber Party Massacre 2, and he plays apparently somebody called Atanis in Ragin' Cajun.
Yeah,
and then
he like plays himself or something.
a private matter as security guard. But like in this, like he looks pretty, like he's like a good looking dude. So like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, he's like a supernatural rockabilly driller killer. And this is the first credit. Like, this
Yeah.
is the first movie that he
His
was
very
in
first
was
movie.
Slumber Party Massacre Part 2.
Maybe that's why he didn't do too much else.
because he was ashamed.
Or maybe people were like, "Yeah,
Like, maybe you
I don't
should-
like what you brought to
Don't
the-
quit your day
Yeah.
job.
yeah."
Well, and he was also the first person to audition for this role. And because like the director, like Deborah Brock, like had to still audition other people, she knew right away that she wanted him. But she just like was like, okay, I have to audition these other people, but I know I'm going to give you the
Okay,
job.
I actually just found out like the most interesting piece of information about this Atanis Ilitch guy. So apparently he's the son of Little Caesars Pizza founder.
No.
Mike Ilitch
my
Sr.
God.
No way.
Yes. So he is obviously the heir to like a huge,
Daddy, I want to be an actor.
huge fortune.
I got this role for
Daddy.
like, this like driller killer guitar
And yeah,
player.
so- and, like, okay, so-
okay.
Mike Ilitch Sr. Died actually in February.
The
and
owner
actually,
of Little
yeah,
Caesars?
Actually, interesting fact that I actually don't have written down, so I'm going to try to remember this from memory. So, Mike Ilitch Sr. from Detroit, apparently he passed away about maybe a month or so ago, and when he died, a few stories started popping up about him being like this amazing, like, philanthropist. Like, he was paying for Rosa Parks' apartment
Aww.
for like the last 20 fucking years, doing amazing things, like donated tons of fucking money to like Detroit or whatever. I think he lived in Detroit until he died. Yeah, lots of kids Christopher, Denise, Atanis, who
What a
apparently
weird
is in this
name.
fucking
So
movie.
name. Chris, Denise,
Yeah.
Atanis.
Mike Jr., Lisa, Murray, Ronald, and Carol.
Holy
apparently
kids.
are all the children.
Jeez.
That's
Louise.
insane.
But
yeah,
yeah.
like his name is so different compared to the rest of them.
Interesting. So yeah, obviously the guys come from a lot of wealth and privilege, but his dad obviously was like kind of a good guy. Totally. Like, I don't know what else he's done, but I did read that he was paying for Rosa Parks' bills and
Loved all.
stuff like that until she had passed away. So I thought that was really rad.
So I'm like loving the 80s-ness of
Yes,
this movie.
I
Like
know.
the art.
I was
Are you
actually
seeing the
just
fucking
thinking
art on
that.
the wall? Like
yeah,
her
and like
belly
her
top
fucking
and her side
like
pony.
side half ponytail with the scrunchie and shit.
It's like they went out of their
I
way
know.
to be even more 80s than the 80s ever were.
Yeah, and like that fringe shirt. I'm pretty
It's
sure
just this
Forever
art.
21 has that shirt.
Oh, probably. So trendy now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the art on the wall. I don't know if you guys remember, like, McDonald's used to have, like, the panels that connected
Oh, yeah.
the art, and it was, like, just splatters.
Yeah. And like
Oh, look at that.
the Diet Pepsi can, that like
Pogos.
the Pepsi
Ew.
logo is so 80s. Like I
Cheese.
actually love the Pepsi logo more than actual Pepsi, like because it's very 80s.
Reminds me of Wayne's World.
Yeah,
Does
for
anyone
sure.
When they're doing that
remember
scene.
that?
Yeah,
Easy
little,
cheese?
yellow, different. We fear change.
No one remembers Easy Cheese. It's gross.
Well, because
I think it's
don't,
still available, isn't it?
I don't ever.
America probably sells
okay,
it.
I
Yeah,
don't ever.
America.
I don't
America.
ever remember it being in Canada, but my experience with that shit was in America.
Right.
Like, Cheez Whiz was always the thing that I knew
Yeah.
that like you could like eat like that, but like the fact that it came in a spray can was even worse.
I've never had spray cheese ever.
I don't know if
I ate the
I don't
spray.
think if I
ate
can.
spray cheese, girl. You know I did.
You know, maybe I'd try it, but you know what I'll never fucking eat? Spam.
I love Spam.
I also ate spam.
I enjoy the shit out of that.
You can get it at the dollar store.
Do you
And
wanna-
there's like the other version of spam. What's it called? Like
Cam?
like Cam?
Yeah.
K-A-M.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's like
Yeah.
the cheaper,
I don't eat no-name Spam.
cheaper version.
Okay, I don't know.
I have class. I eat spam.
Interesting
like-
story about spam. Dee Snider made me eat spam.
Oh, I know that story.
I ate spam with Dee Snider.
That's cool. I would too.
He had a radio show in Connecticut, and we did a show there in 1999, years ago, like before we were signed or whatever. And on his radio show was like the morning show, like let's like have fun, blah blah blah. He's like, let's eat spam.
That's his idea of fun.
Well, I don't know, no idea. I just remember it was like open up a can of spam, and everybody was like, I don't want to eat that. And I was like, bitch, I'll eat that shit.
Oh my fucking god.
I ate spam. Oh my god, look at that painting.
That's what I'm saying. This artwork
Oh,
is unreal.
these bitches are drunk on
Obviously.
pogos and champagne.
So the one in the blue is the slut, obviously.
The one
She was
grabbing
like-
her own tits?
Yeah, and she was
Yeah.
like grinding up against like the stripper pole.
Oh, that guy's hair is so bad.
Which one?
Both of them.
Okay, P.S. I just want to say that girl's
she is
jean
the
shorts.
slut.
Yeah.
Their shorts are amazing.
I do like those shorts.
I wish I had shorts that fit me like that.
You can literally get them anywhere.
No, but they
Yeah.
don't fit me like that.
We'll find a pair for you.
Bitch. Okay.
And then we'll have a slumber party.
I'll do like,
And then Atanas will come after us.
And my nipples are wet with champagne. Oh, we're getting so drunk.
Oh, naked boobies!
Boobies.
Oh, let's show our tits to each other. That's so great. This is what happens at sleepovers all the time.
This is why dudes think that chicks tickle each other at some
'Cause of the 80s.
Because of this fucking movie.
I'm taking my shirt off and I'm whipping you with it.
We just did like a
And
live.
the girls like fucking shirts off.
Yeah, we just did like a live stream before we started recording this episode, and I love that like we were talking about ET porn and elf porn, and like the one guy commented like, "Is this what girls do when they hang out or like talk about ET porn?"
I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Almost
Yeah.
100%.
Well, the one girl, the main character in this movie, the girl who plays Courtney, her name is Crystal Barnard. She's most notably known for Wings.
Yes, Wings. Remember how long that fucking
I
shit?
actually never really watched it. Like, I never
watched
really
it.
got into it, but I know that the main guy from Wings was the guy in The Shining the remake Shining that was on TV. Do you remember that when they remade The Shining, but it was on TV?
Did he have like the long?
You mean when Stephen King made the version he wanted to make and put it on TV?
Yeah, and it had the guy from Wings, right?
That is the more accurate version of The
Interesting.
Shining.
I don't really remember it. Like, I remember watching it on TV. But it had the dude from Wings.
Yeah.
I remember that.
There we go.
Yeah.
I see.
So that chick is from Wings.
What is she doing with her tits?
It's the
She's
80s,
like,
man.
Like talking. What do you like that?
Like Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is totally what chicks do.
Wings, yeah.
Like, she busted a pillow open. My mom would have fucking murdered me if I ripped apart a pillow.
Yeah, feathers ain't cheap.
Like, seriously. To douse on my naked girlfriends?
Yeah. Well, the Wings chick was also in the 10th season of Happy Days. I didn't even know that there was a 10th season. And she was also a singer and released 2 albums as well in the 90s. But there is another girl in this movie, the girl who plays Valerie, and her name is Cindy Eilbacher, and she actually has the most acting credits out of anyone in this movie, but this one was her last one.
Oh,
this movie seems to be the career killer for everyone.
Yeah.
60 acting credits, and this ended it all.
So the boys just showed up.
And they're all raping them. Isn't that just so wonderful?
But there's 2 boys and 3 girls, so one of them, I guess, Atanas gets that one. Oh, no, wait, there's 4 girls.
Yeah.
Right. Are they sleeping naked together?
Is someone gonna die soon?
She's smothering herself with a pillow. That's cool.
Is it because she can hear her friends having sex?
I don't know.
Yes, I can hear some things.
Well, the one girl who plays Amy, her name is Kimberly McArthur, and she was actually a Playboy Playmate for the January 1982.
Hey,
and,
that was my year.
But you know what's funny is she did not want to do any nudity for this movie.
I want to know which one she was.
Well, she's definitely not the main girl, because the main girl is the girl from Wings, right? They all look the same.
Yeah.
So does someone live in this house, or they're squatting and having a slumber party?
I don't know. Oh.
Uh-oh. She was making out with her boyfriend, and then it turned into Atanas.
He's cute as hell.
His boots are pretty fucking rad.
Oh my god, yes!
He's head to toe leather.
Like, look at this guy.
With his one ear pierced.
Like, I want to know what the fuck this guy's doing now.
So is this like a Freddy Krueger thing? Like, is he like a dream figure?
That's a good
and then,
point.
Like...
I'm not sure. Yeah, actually, the fringe on his leather jacket with those buckles is fucking awesome.
He's ringing very Freddy Krueger to me right now.
So
like, he's like stalking her
he's
dreams.
Such a babe. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I often wake up in the kitchen crying myself in the floor. How about you guys?
She's got to be the porn star. Let's see her tits.
But you don't see her tits in this, though.
She's got to have been the one in the porn, though. She has the most giant boobs ever.
Yeah. Look how 80s her fucking bikini is.
This is Kimberly.
Yeah, actually, and I looked up that fucking picture of her wearing like a Zardos loincloth thing.
Yeah. So that's her. So...
Yeah, because she's wearing like a fucking Zardos loincloth.
This girl.
I remember looking her up last night and being like, oh, interesting.
Damn.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my
Playing
god.
undersea
Okay, this
bedroom
is fucking
guitar.
amazing.
I think I have those gloves. Those like leather gloves with like the holes in the knuckles.
And
Yeah.
the one,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have those. Then me and Atanas can get married and have a rock and roll leather wedding.
He probably doesn't look that good now.
Yeah, probably not. He's
Unfortunately.
been eating too much pizza.
Little Caesars for life!
I love her bathing suit.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bikini, but it's like
It's way cooler that it's not.
It's interesting.
Oh, he looks terrible.
Oh my god. can
What?
you
You
see?
actually found a picture of him now?
Oh, he looks terrible.
Wait, let's see. What are you doing?
Hold on a sec. Let me...
No.
No, that's not him.
Yeah, it is. Same guy.
Nerd alert. Why is he wearing that
Sherlock.
outfit? Yeah.
Oh, like,
Yikes.
why would... Who told him that hat was a good idea? He's not hiring the right publicist.
Oh, man.
Well, there's actually a documentary about all the Slumber Party massacres, And it's called Sleepless Nights, Revisiting the Slumber Party Massacres. It's directed by Jason Paul Collum. And it's this the same guy. Yeah. He did another documentary called Scream Queens, and Lenny Quigley is in it. And so actually many of the characters' names in this movie are all like horror movie names. Like there's 2 cops in this movie, and one of them is Officer Kruger, and the other one is Officer Voorhees.
Oh,
and
fuck off. That's
the neighbors,
so obvious,
I know.
That's way too obvious.
And the house next door, the neighbors are the Cravens. And
there's Mrs. Bates.
Yeah, there's a Mrs. Bates.
Jennifer Rhodes plays Mrs. Bates.
Mm-hmm.
There's Valerie Bates. Yeah, Officer Kruger, Officer Voorhees as well. Like just like.
And actually, Jennifer Rhodes, like, she was in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Like, she's in a bunch of fucking horror TV shows.
Yeah.
And she originally, in the first Halloween, she was, like, uncredited as one of the nurses at the psychiatric ward in, like, the first 5 minutes of Halloween.
Cool.
Yeah. And, she's also in Heathers. I'm sorry, but, like, I don't think Heathers is that great of a movie.
What?
With Winona Ryder and Christian Slater.
Winona Ryder, besides Stranger Things, has done some bullshit movies. She single-handedly ruined Dracula.
I don't think Heathers is a great movie. Like, I don't know why people love that movie.
Morgan, you made a face at me.
Well, no, because like
she ruined Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Keanu Reeves definitely
They both
ruined
did. Them together fucking ruined that movie.
I made a face because I was thinking about it and I was like,
she's not great in it.
you're right.
Yeah.
It was their phony baloney accents.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
She's
God.
like, my love.
Yeah.
I just,
Bad.
such a bad actor.
Yeah, it wasn't, her and Cameron
Remember
Reeves
when
are the
she
worst
went
part
crazy
of that movie.
at the fucking speeches for Stranger Things?
Why
Do you remember?
When people were like photoshopping hamburgers flying in the sky.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that.
Straight up.
But speaking
so
of
funny.
Winona Ryder, they did release the trailer for season 2,
Stop.
and I had
saw
chills.
that.
I got
Stop.
chills when I saw that
I can't
trailer.
wait.
I cannot fucking wait. And obviously, what's her name? Barbara is still alive because she's in that trailer.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know that when they release, like, it's not even going to be out until fucking Halloween. Like, we have to wait so long.
They know what they're doing.
I know.
They're building it up like
I
crazy.
know. It's going to be fucking awesome.
This shit better be good.
I know.
It will be.
But Jennifer Rhodes, who plays Mrs. Bates, is also in Night of the Demons Part 2.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yep.
She's also in a Wings episode, and, like, she's just in a bunch of fucking TV shows. There's the other girl who plays Sheila in this movie, her name is Julia Cummings, and she's in Friday 13th Part 5. She's also in Psycho 3, and actually, the Psycho sequels are really good. I like them a lot.
I've actually heard that.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're actually really fucking good. And she was in an episode of my worst nightmare, Max Headroom. That guy gives me fucking nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
He gives me nightmares. You know who Max Headroom is, Megan?
Go ahead. Go on.
That, like, computer-generated man with the blonde hair with the sunglasses.
80s, super 80s. It was like...
He's made of
there's
nightmares.
Like a movie
I know
and, like,
you've showed me
TV.
him because I
was
know we've
terrified of
talked
him when
about
I was a
this.
kid.
Why does he have a name? He's like a made-up thing? He has a name?
Well, it was a show, I guess, but he was, like, the character.
There we go.
Whatever.
Found him.
He's made of nightmares.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And he was also in Back to the Future Part 2.
Yep.
He's like one of the digital waiters in
Yeah.
the future in Part 2.
He's apparently known for his wit.
Fuck off.
He's such a witty fucking inventive
Computer
character.
fucking guy.
Yeah,
Yes.
computer fucking guy.
That's weird.
A chicken just came out of the fridge and attacked her.
Oh, look at that neck.
It's like oozing.
It's
Grape jelly.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get fucked by
What the
chicken
fuck?
neck. Ugh.
Oh, okay, that was like a weird cut, and she's like answered the door. Like, what happened with the chicken? So there's also so that girl who plays Sally, the drummer of the band, Heidi Kozak. So she was in Friday 13th Part 7, and she was also in Society.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw that.
Society waits for you.
There are a lot of people who are in this movie were not in anything but bullshit horror
But
movies.
terrible.
Yeah, bullshit
love
horror movies.
Society
Terrible movies.
so much.
I don't even know if
Society
I'd call
is such a
Society
good
a
movie.
horror movie though.
It's a body horror. Like David Cronenberg.
Yeah,
like
Like when it
it's
fucks
weird,
with your
but
body.
not-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's
When
not
you
a-
got tits face on your back.
Or like a face on your ass.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
You know, I really am a butt face. I fucking love that movie so much. And there's also, so one of the, like, dudes, like, one of these, like, bros, the guy who plays TJ, his name is Joel Hoffman, and he's also in Pumpkinhead. He's just like one of those, like one of the guys of the group in Pumpkinhead. And he's also in a movie that we've talked about in our Death Spot episode, Killer Workout.
Oh my god, he's in Killer Workout?
Yeah, he's in Killer Workout.
You fucking joking.
I need to watch that movie. I still have not seen it. Like, ever since, like, we recorded our Death Spot episode, I need to watch that movie. It fucking looks hilarious. And so there's two cops in this movie, and Officer Kruger, Officer Voorhees. Yeah. And Officer Kruger is played by Michael Delano, and he was in Commando, which I just recently watched again. I love Commando. Yeah. I can never get sick of that movie. Like, please don't bother my friend. He's dead tired. Hey, Sully, remember when I told you that I'd kill you last? I lied. And he's also in Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12. He's like casino manager. So that's a big deal. So the girl is taking a bath and blood is coming out of the drain. That's pretty cool. She's like, no, that's not happening. I'm just gonna do up my bathroom.
Fucking sweet.
Okay, and
all the blood is pouring from the door.
I'm still confused as to what's going on. Like,
with this house?
Oh,
yeah,
no,
me too.
Like, is she like psychic, or is she crazy? I'm still confused. Also, I don't understand what this chick's got going on her face. Ooh, butt.
Oh, see, that's why I'm saying, like, I wish that those pants fucking look like that on me.
You could probably just get a pair of, like, high-waisted jeans at Value Village and just cut them there.
Yeah, but they just don't look like that on me.
Well, the other officer in this movie, Officer Voorhees, is played by Hamilton Mitchell, and he's, like, one of those guys that has, like, parts in TV shows where it's like he's in one episode of every fucking show, but he has, like, a recurring character in Parks and Rec, which is pretty cool.
Oh, sweet.
And I love that fucking show. April is my spirit animal. Oh, yeah, so this is the scene where the girl... like, her face is all fucked up on the one side.
Oh, my God!
It's, like, pussing all over her.
Oh, that's a fucking sick boil. She's, like, gagging and shit. Oh, yeah, that looked fucking...
I've been waiting for you at the bottom of the stairs.
The whole time.
I would, like, go to the hospital or something. Like, you're, like, obviously delusional and seeing some crazy
Look
shit.
at that framed picture behind her head. How fucking
with the
80s
with the vase.
That?
Yeah,
Yes.
I totally remember those pictures with the vases like that.
My mom
guy
had some pictures like that. So the heartthrob guy shows up.
Oh, right. She's been looking at his picture the whole time.
She's
that
been
guy.
dreaming about him. Yes.
Look at that fucking bullshit artwork. I can't get over this.
I know. It's like, oh, let me just draw some squares.
I've had enough drinks to, like, be in a rage about this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Who buys that garbage?
That guy looks like is like so like some weird like Joey Jeremiah derivative guy.
He does kind of look like him, actually.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a correlation between this movie and The Nest. I've never seen The Nest. The cover of the movie
Jennifer Connelly?
is very no, you're thinking of Creepers.
Yeah, fuck.
The Nest is very the cover of the movie is very nostalgic. It's like a giant cockroach that's like on top of a girl in a bikini.
Oh yeah.
And it was filmed in the same location, and while they were filming this movie, Slumber Party Massacre Part 2, they had to deal with the roach problem, like, while they were filming, because they obviously used real roaches for The Nest. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to watch it. I'd like to see more of Atanas.
I know, where is he? Before he got all, like, ugly and corporate and shit.
Sherlock. We have done another movie before that had like a rock and roll / like heavy metal like influence in horror, and it was Hard Rock Zombies, and I fucking love that movie.
So ridiculous.
So that movie is so fucking ridiculous. I fucking love it so much. So since this movie has like another rock element in it, we're gonna like go over again, like if you guys haven't heard the Hard Rock Zombies episode, we're gonna go over like a list of like other notable horror movies that have a rock or heavy metal element in them. And so obviously the obvious ones for me are Black Roses. That movie is hilarious. I love that movie.
Silly as fuck.
I know. Trick or Treat, which I'm sad to say that I still have not watched.
Yeah.
Oh, that
With
Trick or
Ozzy.
Treat. Yeah.
With Ozzy and Gene Simmons. I know. I haven't watched it. I just like, it's on my list. I just like, I'm busy with school and I just don't have that much time to watch movies, but I will eventually get to it. And so obviously one of Morgan's favorites is Rocktober Blood.
Yeah, so bad.
I know. I tried to like watch it earlier, but I couldn't find a copy of it online anywhere. But I did watch the music video, the official
so
like
absurd.
music video for it, and like the very end of the song, he's just like, like he just like doesn't stop. It's ridiculous. Like it's never ending. It's ridiculous.
It's a good one.
I just
like-
couldn't stop thinking about when we were like, when I was thinking about this list again, because of course I lost my notes from the fucking one we did 1,000 years ago. Remember when we were all drinking and we were watching that fucking Gene Simmons Kiss?
Oh my
Kiss meets Phantom of the
fucking
Park?
God.
Yes!
I
Yes.
need to fucking watch that
Yeah,
movie, dude.
yeah.
I need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Is
that
that a
movie
full
looks
length?
absurd.
Yeah.
I can't find, like, a full...
But is it a full length? Is it
Yeah,
like a
it is.
60
yeah, it's
minute
a
or
whole movie.
90-minute movie?
Yeah,
or
it's a
whatever?
whole movie of bad acting.
Megan, it's too long. Like,
Have you seen it though?
20 minutes would be enough.
We
but
watched
it's not.
probably 10 minutes of it. And we
I
were
know,
like,
and it was absurd. It was that.
I would watch
that
the whole
weird
thing.
pool
I
scene.
love Kiss.
the poolside.
Yeah.
Poolside scene,
Yeah, where he like shoots lasers out of his eyes or something.
Why?
Oh my fucking
Why?
god! I
That's all I
want to
could
watch
think
that
of.
movie so badly because I do love Kiss. Like mainly like Paul Stanley. Gene can suck a dick.
Yeah.
But like Paul Stanley is hilarious to me. But I do really need to watch that fucking movie.
And how bummed out were we that we couldn't go see fucking Dee Snider's Christmas rock and
I
roll,
know!
whatever
Oh
extravaganza.
my God. And like I love Twisted Sister and I love Dee Snider, but then I saw that he was doing this like Christmas thing.
Oh my god.
And it was coming to Toronto, and we were gonna go, but like we just didn't want to spend the money. It was like,
And then
expensive.
it got cut. It got
as
cut.
fuck too.
Well,
I remember the when we heard about it, Yasmina and I were driving into Toronto for like something, and I remember like looking it up and reading it to her, and like all the reviews were just like, oh, it just terrible.
Yeah.
yeah, but they're
It
probably
didn't
from
look
like vanilla yuppie
That's
losers.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
who don't appreciate Dee Snider. Well, another one that I haven't seen yet is Rock and Roll Nightmare with Thor. I still haven't seen that, but I did watch the Thor documentary, and it's pretty good. So a newer movie that we've talked about on the podcast before is Deathgasm.
Fuck.
That movie was fucking hilarious.
So
like,
good.
I don't think I have seen another horror movie that incorporates dildos as a weapon.
It was so
Like
good.
that was
I loved
fucking
that.
hilarious.
absurd.
And New Zealand can do horror.
Yeah.
Seriously, like What We Do in the Shadows, like that movie fucking blew me away.
Black Sheep.
Yeah, Black Sheep. That
Black
movie is
Sheep?
hilarious.
Fuck, so good.
Yeah, was it Undead? Is Undead New Zealand or Australia? I can't remember, but there's like one scene where there's zombie fish. Yeah, so Grabbers is another horror movie from Ireland where it's like these like blood-sucking aliens, and the only way to survive is if you're drunk. So if you have this like if your blood alcohol level is high, then they don't come after you. So the whole town just gets like wasted to like avoid these like blood-sucking aliens. It was actually really funny. So now the guys are playing in the band with the girls, and they're
That was
not
almost like
good.
a blast beat.
They're playing some
It's
black
pretty metal.
metal. Maybe Atanas will come join.
Oh, yeah, and there he is.
Oh! He just drilled through her boyfriend's chest. Fuck your birthday cake.
But again, so
Yeah.
like, what happened? He came out of her dream. Like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
And like he has nothing to do with the first one, right?
No, not at all.
I don't get this movie.
He's okay to look at though.
Oh, he's fucking. I like his mouth.
I like his jacket. And you like his shoes.
I like his shoes.
Yeah.
Let's fucking rob the fuck out of that guy. I think
Oh,
she
so
just
he
got
is-
poked in the butt.
Is he real now? Because
Everyone else can see him, so yeah, I guess he's real.
It's party time, kiddies.
As if he's missing him.
So I'm assuming there's batteries in his guitar, and that's how the drill can work.
Well, I would say he's supernatural, so the drill
Oh, I
is
guess he is supernatural, yeah.
constant. Yeah, he's not replacing batteries in his fucking guitar. Could you imagine?
And his drill guitar. Well, another, like, rock element movie that I haven't seen, but Morgan, you have, is Terror on Tour.
Yes, that's on my list.
Yeah.
Terror on Tour. I actually rewatched part of it recently, and there are lines in that movie that
Is it
are
a girl band?
absurd. No.
Are they clowns?
Yes. The band is called...
I knew it was one or the other.
The band is called
Keep
The
guessing,
Clowns.
Yasmina.
The Clowns. That's the band.
Well, because they've got those dumb, like, ruffly, like, neck
that's
things
so
that
it's
clowns
bad.
wear.
Yeah. The movie it's absurd. Like, so there's lines in that movie that I'm like, I can't even believe that they actually put this in the dialogue. Like, oh, we're gonna have, like, this big party, and we need you to, like, have all these hookers and blow and shit, you know, just, like, the usual. Loose women and fucking cocaine, that's what we need. You know, they just need to loosen up.
That
Crazy.
reminds me of, like, the scene in Hard Rock Zombies, though. Like, remember when they were, like, backstage? And it was, like, typical, like, backstage where, like, girls were, like, throwing themselves,
Yeah.
like, at the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, these guys work really hard, you know, I really need you to make sure that they have a good time. You know, drugs and loose women, etc., etc.
Yeah. Like, big vaginas.
Yeah, but also done in a poor acting style, so it's even better.
Yeah. Well, another one that's on my list here that we did mention in the Hard Rock Zombies episode is Slaughterhouse Rock. But we were watching it before
There's
we...
no rock involved in the Slaughterhouse.
I don't know where the rock element comes from in that
Was that that
movie.
garbage we were watching just before this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Other
that's
than
garbage.
Tony Basil,
It has, like,
which
Tony
she's
Basil-
not really a rock and
Like,
roll,
she's
I'd
like
say
a fucking...
pop star.
Cyndi Lauper wannabe kind of person, but
Yeah.
like, is there an actual rock and roll element
Not
in that
really,
movie?
no,
Like,
not
I
really. I
was
don't see
looking
it.
for it and I didn't find it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just like in the 80s, like it was with the success of such movies that did have a rock and roll element that they were, you know, like, oh, let's just put the word rock in it.
I was
and
just
then
thinking the same thing.
people
Yeah.
will watch it. But I have a few on my list here that we did not mention
Oh.
in the Hard Rock Zombies episode. Don't look. Shut your eyes. Megan's trying to look at my notes.
I'm trying to sneak a peek.
So there's one movie that I recently discovered, and it's called Rockula. And Bo Diddley is in it.
Ew, what?
He's not the main character, but he is in it. And this is the plot. A young vampire cannot lose his virginity because of a curse imposed upon him centuries ago. It's one of those movies where it was like Once Bitten. So
I
it's like a
remember that movie.
comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a horror movie, but he's basically a virgin vampire. But there is rock element in it, though. Like, he is in a band, and there are scenes where he's, like, playing on stage. And there's, like, his backup dancers are girls in, like, ridiculous spandex outfits. So I do admire that. So there's another one that I recently discovered that I actually had heard of a long time ago, but I forgot about it. But it's called Shock 'em Dead.
Favorite
It's got
movies.
Tracy Lords in it.
Ridiculous.
And this is the plot. Martin is a total loser who makes a deal with the dead to become the greatest rock star in the world. And I watched the trailer, and I want to watch the whole movie.
He's got a double neck guitar, and he's like, he sold
I
the
love
devil, and he's like,
the
just
double
like
neck
fucking
guitar.
shredding two guitars like this. It's fucking absurd.
I love the double neck guitar, but the movie looks hilarious, though. And Tracy Lords was, like, hot shit back then in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
She was awesome. So another one that me and Morgan watched recently. Do you remember Bad Channels?
Yeah. Oh my god.
That movie was fucked up. Okay, so basically,
awful.
like, Bad Channels is like aliens take over this like radio station's signals. And
something
but like the whole
that.
movie, there's like a party and like bands playing and music playing, and like but the soundtrack is very Faith No More / Gwar.
Sweet.
Yeah, but it was like really fucking weird. Like it was like Meet the Hollowheads weird. It was just like, it was very, very interesting. And another one that I just recently heard of is Hack-O-Lantern.
I don't know that, but that sounds fucking
So
absurd.
Hack-O-Lantern, the plot is the grandson of a Satan worshiper follows in his ancestors' evil footsteps, becoming a violent murderer on Halloween night. And there is a band... there's a part in the movie, I like the whole movie's on YouTube, but there's a part in the middle of the movie where I'm not sure what's happening, if he's like dreaming or what, but there is like a music video in the middle of the movie, and it's incredible. Like there's like a jungle woman like fucking like dancing around, and it looks hilarious. And so there's like one last one here that I wanted to mention that I never heard of before, and it looks super fucking like really low budget, like Things low budget.
Ooh.
And it's called Heavy Metal Massacre.
That sounds really
And the cover
familiar.
of the movie is like a girl in like a bikini holding a chainsaw. And
sounds
it's
very
like the plot is a killer goes on a killing spree at a heavy metal club. So that sounds pretty fun to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
my God.
Atanas is like singing and dancing in the
He's-
living room.
Yeah, like he's doing this like fucking like,
montage thing.
but he's like dancing and it's amazing. He's like fucking doing like Prince and fucking
Dude.
splits and shit.
Like, I want this person to know, like, how much we appreciate this scene right now.
Yeah.
Like, all the fringe, like...
His facial expressions are amazing.
This is actually awesome. Like, him sliding
His
down the
shoes?
banister.
I would stab a baby for those shoes. Like, fuck, let's be honest here.
I really, really think he's cute.
Oh,
Yeah.
here he is with the guitar.
Oh my god.
He reminds me of what's his name from fucking David Lee Roth. Like, he has
Yeah.
that, like, personality.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Like, smoking in the boys' room.
Exactly! That's fucking exactly what I'm thinking of.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like, this is absurd.
I wonder if we can get the soundtrack.
That would be amazing.
Oh
my god, look at him backing up with his butt jiggling.
Well, he's like
He's thrusting in his leather pants.
Oh my
And these
God.
girls are like fucking trying to put a fridge
Block
in
him
front
out.
of the door. It's
I would
like,
let him in.
I would be like, you know what? Put that
Yeah,
fucking
like, fuck
drill
yeah,
where
let's
you
party.
want.
Let's party! Yeah!
Yeah, put that drill where you want. Doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna happen.
He just winks at his own
I know.
guitar.
That was amazing. That was like the best part in the movie so far.
All right, back to our new boyfriend. Apparently, this guy.
This guy.
Okay, so I feel like as much as I don't want to, no, I can't. I can't not talk about him.
Yeah,
I can't.
that mouth.
I was gonna say it's
I
time
get
to
it.
start
I
about
get
to talk
it.
about new stuff. but
That's
I
the kind
can't.
of
Sure.
mouth that will just like eat your soul, and
He's
you're
got
like,
this
okay,
beautiful
with it.
giant mouth, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have to talk about new stuff, though. It's time.
I know.
Fuck no, he's on the roof.
I know, and he's
no,
like playing,
he's
and he's got
smoking.
cigarettes, and
Even
he's got
has a whammy bar.
and he's got sunglasses and the Ray-Bans. It's pretty hot.
And I still don't get it. If he's supernatural, just like Freddy sometimes, like
Yeah.
why don't you just appear in front of them? Why are you
Well, I don't
chasing
know.
them? Do you know what I
Maybe
mean?
to
Like,
make them
are
suffer.
you supernatural? Like, can you just appear places?
These girls are terrible at running away.
They're terrible climbers as well.
Like, look at this. Like, oh, I don't work out, so I'm just falling. Oh, it's so hard to do this. Oh, actually.
Listen to your judgmental working out ass.
I would be like, okay, 1 chin up, 2 chin up. Okay, just kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got a cigarette in his mouth too.
So.
I kind of want to get the soundtrack.
Oh, see, he is
All
in
right.
there.
He
He
just
showed
appeared
up.
in front of them.
Oh, my face. No,
Of
he
course
didn't.
he said
No,
that.
he
Can't get
didn't.
no satisfaction.
Boo.
Did they have to pay royalties to the Rolling Stones for
yeah,
that?
that was brutal.
Ouch.
Oh my god!
He's like
Oh my
dancing
God.
his fucking way over. This movie is ludicrous. And now he's singing to them.
I would just like, I don't know, man. If this guy was like chasing me, like I would laugh my ass off. I'd be like, bitch.
Yeah. But he's also, like, poking them and, like, actually, like, hurting them.
But take that guitar out of his hand. What does he have?
A leather jacket and cool-ass boots.
A sweet face. That's it. I love that this is all, like, like rockabilly.
Yeah. I didn't know until today that it was rockabilly. I thought it was just going to be, like, rock and roll. But, I didn't know that it was going to be rockabilly. It makes it like more fun. Rockabilly is a fun genre.
It is kind of a comedy then. When I was saying like, I looked it up, it said it was a comedy. It kind of is. All right, so I just want to talk about some Kevin Sting. Oh God!
Alcohol.
Oh my God! Some Stephen King stuff coming up. I'm gonna do It last. Just because I know we all have stuff to talk about with it.
Oh, yeah. Tons.
Yeah.
So Geralds Game is based on one of my favorite novels. Obviously, I thought it was going to be a made-for-TV thing, kind of like the original It was, but apparently it's going to be an actual feature film. Released,
Geralds Game?
Yeah, released late 2017. It's the book I was reading before that I told you really fucked me up. It's about like this woman who's doing like a sex game with her husband. He handcuffs her to the bed in their cabin where no one knows that they are, and then has a heart attack and dies. Oh. So it's this woman handcuffed to the bed. No one knows she's there, and it's what she goes through psychologically and shit. So they're making a movie out of it. It's going to be amazing.
That sounds
do you know who's playing the characters?
Yes. So the woman is kind of like a nobody. But the dude, who's the guy who dies, is Bruce Greenwood. So he plays Captain Pike in all the new Star Trek movies.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah. And this is one of the names I said I was going to fuck up. His name's Carl Struycken. Okay, so he plays Lurch from the Addams Family movies.
Oh, okay.
Right, so he's going to be in it too. So he's going to play kind of like the supernatural character. Mm-hmm. So it's supposed to be really, really great. And so who's directing it is Mike Flanagan, who directed Oculus, which was really good.
That movie impressed me. I didn't think that it was bad, because like there's a lot of like new horror movies that I'm just like, it's new, it's like not good.
Bullshit,
but
right?
That movie was actually surprisingly
Oculus was good. So he directed
it's about that like haunted mirror.
Yeah, I haven't seen
so
it.
It's
actually pretty creepy.
And he also directed Hush, which I haven't seen, but I've heard. Hush, I've heard a lot about Hush. So it has promising qualities to it.
Yeah. Another movie that really surprised me was when we watched The Boy.
Fuck,
that movie was actually really fucking good.
The Boy was
it was good.
There are some good new horror movies.
Yeah.
So I really got excited about Gerald's Game, but that's still in progress. So there's not too much out about it right now. I just want to talk about the Dark Tower movie that's coming out just real quick.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be a big deal.
It's going to be a huge fucking deal.
Like a really, really long story.
Here's my beef with it, and anyone listening who is like a diehard King fan will have the same issue. It's only based on the last novel of a 7-novel series.
Oh, why are they doing that?
No fucking idea. Actually, it's an 8-novel series because Stephen King just added a novel to it. But they're basing the movie off the last fucking novel. So it's only Jake
that sucks.
and Roland. And so it's missing out on Eddie and Susanna and Oi, who are all these like pivotal characters in the story. They're not even touching on them.
Oh, that's fucking kind of bullshit.
But we were talking earlier about Matthew McConaughey. He's playing the Man in Black. So Matthew McConaughey's playing the bad guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's going to be a fucking amazing movie. So that comes out July 28th of this year. The director is Nicolaj Arcel. And he directed, the only thing that I knew that he directed was The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I've never seen
the American one?
Yes. I've never seen The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
I started the American one and I never finished it, but I am a fan of the Swedish one. The Swedish one is fucking awesome.
Wait, there's 2 movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Swedish one is the original one. And then they did an American one with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
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 And what's her name from the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
And like I just never finished it because I was like, fuck, I'll just watch the original. Like that's just like, I don't know, the better version. Like,
well, now I don't know. Maybe he did direct that one.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not impressed that they're only picking the last novel.
Yeah, that sucks.
So it's gonna be fucking.
Maybe they'll do like backwards,
and then go backwards.
Like do prequels.
I just have a feeling that it's such an intricate series of books that they don't know how, if you read them you'd understand how hard it would be to make them into movies. So maybe they're just gonna summarize the first one and then do the last one, because you can really skip everything in between if you do the first and the last.
What about, like, have they thought about doing it into a TV show?
Yeah, they tried that many times, and they couldn't do it. They've tried it many times, and then figured out that the storyline is just, it's too crazy.
Complicated,
it's too complicated. Like, you can't do it. So I'm super excited about that. I don't know. The poster just came out. It's a beautiful fucking poster. And then I just wanted to talk about It. Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. So much It. Like, I know we were just talking about Stranger Things and Winona Ryder. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things
he's the little kid. Yeah.
So that's really exciting.
Stephen King tweeted that he watched it and he liked it.
Okay, you know what?
Well,
no.
Megan.
Morgan and I had a very lengthy discussion about how I can't really trust Stephen King's taste because he hated Stanley Kubrick's Shining.
Yeah,
but he changed his mind though.
But he hated that movie.
He hated it when it first came out.
No, he still hates it.
No, he changed his mind since then. Because like if you watch like the documentary about The Shining, like I've
seen it many times.
They talk to him and he's like, you know what? At the time I hated it, but now I appreciate it for what it was.
Well, he's still the point is though he still loves.
They optioned his movie, and if he saw it, there's no benefit of him saying that it was terrible.
Exactly.
Because if it hasn't come out yet, because he's gonna make money.
Yeah.
So, and I know that like I know Stephen King probably doesn't need to make any more money. I'm sure he's totally fine, but there's no real point in him saying
it's gonna be garbage.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't even come out yet, and so he's just gonna kill his own film.
Because people are still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
He's gonna kill the film that's based on his movie, so he wants people to go. He's gonna make more money. He stands to benefit if it does well. So obviously he's gonna say it's great.
I just think that he has a really interesting view on films and TV shows, just because like his favorite movies were like Maximum Overdrive and shit like that, which is like kind of corny. Like he loves
and like I recently watched Maximum Overdrive, and it's like basically the entire movie is just AC/DC.
Right? So like I love the man, but I don't really trust his judgment in a lot of like film stuff. And as well, like Morgan and I were talking about how the original was based in the 50s and early 60s.
And they've changed
it. So now the bad guys, instead of being greasers from the early 60s and late 50s, they're gangsters circa 2010.
Yeah.
Those are the bad guys.
Yeah.
I fucking don't want to watch a bunch of douchebags interpreting one of Stephen King's most like elaborate, incredible stories. So I'm like super excited about it, but at the same time I'm like
scared. Yeah.
Oh man, like don't touch something that's like flawless.
I know.
In my opinion.
They just released the new image.
I saw
the clown,
him in the fucking sewer.
In the sewer.
Yeah.
Creeping on
And the trailer is going to be out next week.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be out by the time this episode is released.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, and the
actor who plays it is apparently
he's
amazing.
in Hemlock Grove. He's Alexander Skarsgård's brother.
That show was like one of the worst fucking pieces of garbage I've ever seen.
I know, it had so much promise.
I know, it was bad. It was bad. But that doesn't mean anything about his acting abilities.
No, that's true.
Like, he could be really good. We don't know.
He looks like a kind of a creepy guy.
But, like, I have a friend who worked on the movie in Toronto, and because it was filmed in Toronto, and he's obviously seen it, and he said that it was good.
Sweet.
And
that's awesome.
And it's going to be 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're splitting the story up into 2 movies. And I didn't know this, but there's a documentary coming out about the making of it. And Tim Curry is in the documentary.
Yeah, he's
so that's kind of cool.
Which will be really cool.
And it's the same people who did the Fright Night and Pet Sematary documentary as well. Yeah. So that'll be interesting to watch the documentary.
Yeah. More than anything.
Yeah, I'm actually, like, I'm curious. I'll go see it in theaters.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, I'm really iffy when it comes to seeing movies in theaters. Like, I hate going to the theaters, to be honest, like, because I just fucking can't stand people talking. But that's one of those movies where it's just, like, it's been anticipated for, like, the past couple of years that, like, I can't wait for it to come out on, like, DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. But, yeah, it's, like, I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Like, you don't know. Like, I guess we'll have, like, a better idea when the trailer comes out.
I know. I just feel like, me personally, I'm probably not going. I can't even say that. I just have such like an affinity for the original.
Yeah.
That I don't really know how how I'm gonna feel about this one.
Yeah.
But if it's scary as fuck, then like bring it on, I guess.
Yeah.
Did Stephen King appreciate? Did he like the way that the original?
Absolutely, he loved the original.
Thought it was,
he
wrote what his vision
he was involved in the original every step of the way.
Okay.
He wrote the screenplay for it. Like, he was involved in it every step of the way. So yeah, he had a lot to do with it. So
did he have a cameo in the original? I can't remember.
Yeah, he
he
was.
always does.
Yeah, he was the priest.
Right.
Oh, right.
At Georgie's funeral.
I like how he's like the cameo in Maximum Overdrive at the very beginning, where like the bank machine is like, "Fuck you, asshole." That movie's funny though. Like, it's just hilarious that it's like the entire movie is just an AC/DC soundtrack, and then like Yeardley Smith, who's Lisa Simpson. Like the whole movie, like I just kept on hearing Lisa Simpson in that movie.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's her, the girl that's like the newlywed.
No way.
Yeah, that's Lisa Simpson. And like the whole time I was watching the movie, I was like, I can't not hear her.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I guess the only movie that I like really wanted to talk about, we watched this together actually, was I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore with Elijah Wood. It's a Netflix original.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Fuck. So he puts it on, my boyfriend puts it on, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not really loving it. It's kind of depressing. And then it gets fucking gory as fuck.
Yeah.
It got really, like, it's really depressing and like gray.
Elijah Wood has really been doing great
Man,
things
and
lately.
his role in that movie was like fucking mind-blowing.
Dude, like honestly,
it was
like
so
since like
good.
since,
Highly recommend.
like I love Lord of the Rings. Like I fucking love Lord of the Rings. But like since like Maniac, he's been doing like great underground movies. Like since Maniac, like he's like that.
It's like he made so much money in Lord of the Rings that he's like, I don't care
how much money I'm getting. I'm going for good scripts.
For me, I'm going to do great movies.
Yeah, and like that Dirk Gently show was incredible. It was so fucking good. If you guys haven't seen it, if you're a fan
I watched the first
of Hitchhiker's
episode,
Guide to the Galaxy, like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, like Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency was hilarious.
Did you finish
funny.
it?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was hilarious. It was so fucking funny. Yeah, I love Elijah
Wood,
it. Man. Another movie of his that a lot of people have never heard of that I have on DVD. It's called Everything is Illuminated. Look that shit up. It is a great fucking movie. It's awesome. It's like a movie about him, and he goes to like Germany to seek his like German ancestors. And you know that band Gogol Bordello?
Yes.
The singer of the band is in the movie.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great fucking movie. It's awesome. And he plays this like weirdo.
That's
and
cool,
like
man.
with like he wears these glasses that like make his eyes look bigger. It's awesome.
And it's so funny because I was just about to say, oh, well, then he did horns. No, he didn't. Daniel Radcliffe did horns. And I fucking can't tell them apart.
They look the same. I know, it's funny. I feel the same as you when like it comes to you're obviously worried and scared, but also excited for it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any of our listeners out there that are ever got into anime, but there's an anime that is like one of the most famous fucking animes called Death Note.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I got really into Death Note, and there's a new
It's a show?
Yeah.
It was a show?
Yeah, it is. It's an anime. It's about this book that this guy finds, and it's called the Death Note, and it tells you that if you write a person's name in this book, that person will die. So he writes a name in it, and that person does die, but then like this kind of like monster Grim Reaper kind of character like shows up, and it's like, if this person dies, then you have to do this, and like all these like cool things happen. But then like there's like this one crazy smart young detective's son that starts to like clue in on like what's happening, because there's all these deaths that keep happening in Japan. The new show I think is going to be like American, but he starts to clue in on like all these deaths, and they have like links to the guy who's writing the names in this book, and he starts to like figure out that it's like, you have something to do with this, but I don't know what it is. And he starts like, so there was like an actual like a Japanese live action movie that they made, which is garbage, because like the actual like creepy like grim monster guy looks cool in the anime, but then he looked stupid in the live action movie. But there's a new one that's going to be a Netflix movie, and I'm actually very, very intrigued that Adam Wingard is doing it, and he's the guy who did Your Next and The Guest
Jesus
and VHS
Christ.
and the new Blair Witch. So I'm really fucking excited for that because they just released a photo, and you can see the creepy, like, grim creature, but you don't see his face. Like, you just see, like, a cloak around him. So I'm really interested to see, like, what that character is going to look like. And I recently watched XX. So XX is a anthology horror that just came out, and it's 4 stories, all written and directed by female directors.
Right.
And I don't know, you
Super
guys
awesome.
probably haven't
Yep.
seen. Have you seen it?
No, but I'm aware of it.
The 3rd and 4th story are the best ones. The first one, the second one, the 3rd one was done by Roxanne Benjamin, who also did you guys see Southbound?
Yeah.
Southbound, the
Yeah.
segment with the girls in the desert with the cult.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she
that
did
was
that
fucking
one.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did the second last segment in XX, and it's fucking awesome if you're into creature features.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. And the last segment, you guys will appreciate this. The last segment was awesome because it was directed by Karen Kusama, who also did The Invitation.
which was fucking
Oh,
amazing.
that was so
incredible.
good.
If you guys haven't seen The Invitation, you should fucking watch
Such
it.
a great
That was
movie.
great.
That movie was so intense. It was amazing.
Yeah, nonstop.
That's what the last segment of XX was like that.
Okay, so which
Awesome.
one did I walk in on when it was like...
That was the first one.
Oh, okay.
The first segment. Yeah. It's based off of a short story, but it's one of those types of stories that doesn't explain what happened, and it's like it's up to the viewer's imagination, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's one
yeah.
of those things that it leaves questions unanswered.
I don't
And, like,
love that.
I hate it.
I don't
hate
love
it.
that.
But you know what? It's like a love-hate thing because I love that it has that uniqueness of it because it's different and it like makes you angry.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, but it's like also I want to know what the fuck was in the box.
Yeah.
What was in the box?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Like Lost in Translation. Don't even start with me. What did
what
Bill
she
Murray...
says in her
what-
ear?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still love that movie.
Well,
though.
yeah, but
Close your face.
still.
Close your face.
Cure for Wellness. I know it came out. It's come and gone in the theater.
I do want to see that.
What?
The
Come and gone.
Yep.
It's gone?
Yeah.
It was in the theater here for one weekend,
Oh,
and then it was
fuck.
gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, great, I want to go and see it. Yay, let's go see it this weekend, and now it's gone. But I did see a few extended trailers for it, and it looks interesting. I read some reviews, and people were like, maybe it wasn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be, but I think visually, conceptually, it seems like it could be a really interesting movie. It just really sort of hinges on the whole turning point of it all, like what exactly it's going to be. But it looks like it's pretty creepy. And also, that Raw movie.
Yeah, I need to
Right.
see
That
that.
is
Yeah.
making people barf all over the world, apparently.
Yeah.
Which seems really interesting. The trailer, I think, looked like it was going to be really interesting. I don't think I'll barf.
No.
But apparently, it's a fabulous movie, and it's really creating
If we can watch that,
visceral
like,
reactions with
what's
people.
that, like, that Japanese, like, flower?
Flower, Flesh, and Blood?
Yeah. If we can watch that, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah. It's just like, let's just, like, cut up a person and dissect them. No big deal. Well, I don't know, like, maybe... What? Megan's like, I don't know, maybe eating, like, a raw chicken breast just, like, really hits people the wrong way. I don't know.
I
Like,
think there's probably a little bit more to it than that.
Yeah.
there has to be if people
There
are,
has
like,
to be.
being provided vomit bags.
Because, I mean, the remake of Evil Dead almost made me throw
Yeah,
up.
but let's be
So-
honest
I
here.
love
Like,
that
people
movie.
were throwing up at the Blair Witch in the first...
Well, just
Well,
There
that's
was
because of the
shaky cam.
motion. That's because of the motion.
Yeah, I guess some people
I
have,
like Blair Witch 2 with the orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, like, the remake. one that we went and saw.
I didn't see that yet, so don't spoil
Okay,
it.
no spoilers, no spoilers. Really, that's it. Like, there's a few other movies that I'm kind of like, meh. Like, I went and saw King Kong, the new King Kong movie, and I thought it was really good. However, there was a trailer that I was like, why are they doing this? So, there's like a trailer where it's like, all of a sudden it's like Tom Cruise on the screen. And then in a plane flying over the Middle East. And they're carrying all these like Egyptian looking things.
Oh, the new Mummy movie.
And I'm like, and then all of a sudden then they're like, okay, some guy, and he's like, oh, here's the queen of whatever, and it's like, I'm like a broke down, like, Aaliyah from fucking Queen of the Damned, but, like, here I am. And then it's like, the mummy. And I was like, what? Why?
Maybe the trailer just made it look stupid.
I want to see it really bad. I want to see it so bad.
Well,
But this
But
Tom
I'm
Cruise
pretty
one
sure-
is a remake of like the Boris Karloff one.
But it's not
because-
obviously that much of a remake.
Yeah, because, like, they're
flying in
doing-
a fucking army fucking...
Because they're redoing
issued
all
plane.
the Universal Monsters ones.
Yeah.
Right. I want to see it.
I'll probably go see it.
I want to see
Anyways, I saw it and I was like, the mummy as in like... the like 90s mummy, and like Ben was like
Brendan Fraser
Ben
mummy.
was like, Brendan Fraser is rolling in his grave right now, and I was like, he's not even dead. We were like, ah!
That's funny.
Anyways, I was like, it doesn't even need to happen.
But you know what? It's funny. We're talking about like movies where people are like, oh, they're not that great. So Get Out, everyone's making this huge deal about
I heard
Get
really
Out.
good things about
really,
it.
really good things. And then I read a bunch of reviews after the fact, after all the publicity, that were like, so I read all these reviews where people were like, this is the most amazing, time-changing, life-changing movie you'll ever see. And I was waiting for that moment, and then the movie ended, and it was a very predictable, in the end, it was just a very predictable horror movie.
Didn't you say that about Split?
Split was as well a great fucking movie. James McAvoy deserves an award for all the characters he played. But in the end, at the end, it was like, oh, it's just the end of a movie. And that's what I hear about Get Out. They're like, okay, so I went in expecting a horror movie based on racism. And that's what I got. And then it ended. Like, there wasn't this, like, altering. I don't know. I just feel like there's a huge lack of movies
like something that solved something,
like movies like Martyrs, the original. Like there's a lack of movies that leave you leaving the theater being like, how do I feel right now?
Yeah.
You know,
Leaving questions.
because yeah, that new M. Night Shyamalan Split, I mean, I saw it. It was great. James McAvoy was amazing. He gets all like beefed up in one scene. His veins start popping, and it's so fucking hot. He's like climbing walls. Jesus Christ.
He's like climbing walls. Shit.
But I mean, there was no like big surprise. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is I feel like there's a huge disconnect with horror movies nowadays. Although The Boy was so different.
I know. The Boy
So I
was
don't know.
really good.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it depends, like, because, like, everything that you see in theaters, like, to me, is a different genre than the movies that are, like, the direct-to-video or, like, the ones that are only shown in, like, film festivals.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's a lot of new horror movies that are being made that aren't shown in mainstream
Yeah.
movie theaters.
Yeah.
Like, there's that Pool Party Massacre movie that's coming out soon and is being shown in, like, a horror film festival in Hamilton, which is just, like, an hour away from us, like, anytime soon. And, like, that movie looks fucking hilarious. Like, it looks fun, and it's, like, back to the 80s, like, kind of genre, and, like, XX wasn't in theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, like...
I feel like the movies that are in theaters now are catering to a specific audience, and they're just expecting
The
them
norm.
to be dumb.
Yeah. It's
And
because, like, the
and
norm
be
are
satisfied
dumb.
with, like, boring shit.
Sheeple.
It's sheep.
Sheeple.
You know,
Yeah.
like, it's the people that went and saw The Witch and were like, at
I
the
don't
end,
get
they're like,
it.
I
I
hated
don't
it.
understand.
Yeah. It's true.
You know,
That's
and
why
we
I
were
don't
like,
go to the
"Stop
movies.
animation."
Like, that's seriously, like, that's why I rarely go to the theater. Like, I hate people talking, and also because, like, the type of movies that are in theaters, like Power Rangers and all these new movies, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care.
People want
Although Star Wars
explosions
was
for
worth
2
it.
hours.
Yeah, man, you can't touch Star Wars. You can't touch Star Wars. Obviously, Star Wars is going to be fucking awesome. So, we're
The
gonna
movie
finish
ended
up.
about 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, that was fun. I feel like the first half hour was like lacking. But obviously, like all the scenes with Atanas were amazing.
Ugh.
All the scenes with him were the best scenes in the movie.
Oh yeah, obviously because he was dancing and stabbing his way through
Gyrating.
all these bitches. Oh
Yeah.
my god, fabulous.
That was pretty
Love
funny.
it.
But we'd really like to know what he's up to these days. Just like collecting money from Little Caesars or what's up?
Yeah, give us a call, Atanas. Let us
Yeah.
know.
Deliver us some pizza. Come hang out with us.
Yeah, let us know what you've been up to.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys. Jesus. And our next episode, we're going to be doing a tribute to Bill Paxton. I know. It's so sad. Fuck. It makes me sad. It actually makes me really sad.
No, like legitimately sad. I
Yeah.
wish I loved him
I
as
met-
much as I did now before he died.
I
Like,
wish
I
I
didn't
met
even realize
him.
that I
Why
loved.
does that happen?
I didn't
I
realize that I was
know.
in love with him until it was too late.
I wish I met him.
God damn it.
Fuck. But anyways. Anyways, thanks for listening, and we'll catch up with you guys at the next episode. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.